Hey, so in this video, what I wanted to do is tell you a little bit about my adventure that I've been coding on and some realizations. Some may be open to the space, but I've been fascinated as I had a few incidents where I've been dabbling with an MCP and I've built one by myself. I also shared a video a week or two ago about how I got 100 plus users on an MCP inside my program Modern Maker. And, I went down this giant rabbit hole. I've also got one client that I'm very privileged and grateful for her allowing me to build an MCP on her behalf for her community and stuff like that. So I've spoken about my past a lot and how I had an agency where we built platforms and software and things like that. And it's been a while for me to actually, put on my nerding hat on and go at it. And I followed people on Twitter recently. There's a guy called Greg Eisenberg who speaks more visionary sort of macro approach about the entire world of coding and where it's going and AI agents and stuff. And I've also got another one-on-one client who recently hosted like an AI or agency cohort that's been awesome to be a part of. But in that process, what I realized is as a solo founder, a consultant, maybe a coach, or whatever it is that you do to serve our clients, we pretty much have a set of resources or tools. And in my line of work, since I've pivoted and done Modern Maker, it was always about like having Google Docs and courses to give out the information and then get on the calls with people, have a group call or whatever it was, have interaction over school or WhatsApp to actually help somebody implement the thing they wanted to do to go from point A to B. And with the rise of ChatGPT and all of that came through COVID, lots of people, including myself, sort of said, hey, all of these resources and all of these tools could turn into custom GPTs that enabled implementation to happen faster. So this isn't sort of news to anyone. I assume we've all sort of dabbled in this space. And if you've been watching my channel, I share a lot of the ins and outs. And in my world, somebody needs an offer, then we install a funnel, and then we write content or run some ads, depending on the platform, to get traffic towards the funnel and sell a little micro offer that leads people into a core offer. Now, I'm not going to get into that. There's many more material. If you subscribe and hit through the channel, you'll see my funnels and all. But what I wanted to take note of is the behavioral change from consumption to implementation. And what my findings were the last sort of quarter, I would say, is moving from the ChatGPT prompts, you sort of get away from Google Docs and courses. And even with me, I realized that course consumption went down, but ChatGPT tool implementation went up. But when I gave somebody a ChatGPT link, it was awesome. They would get results, but I wouldn't know about them until they came and said, hey, your GPT thing is awesome. So then what I did, I sort of dived into this world of agents and Claude and Gemini and, went down the rabbit hole. And I realized, I also hopped on Claude, and there was this thing called an MCP, which, Model Context Protocol is nothing new. Back in coding, and still to today, we use API calls for things. I won't get technical, but it is to send and retrieve information. And Claude has something called a connector, and now all the other platforms have it too. Maybe they have different names for it, but that's the one that I was using to build this thing. So I took my ChatGPT prompts, turned them into what Claude calls skills. If you're on Gemini, they could be called gems, for example, or ChatGPT, I can't remember what they call it, but they used to be prompts in 2023 for whenever that was coming out. So then you would take a series of skills and move them from the custom GPTs into Claude skills. And if you've been on Claude, you'll be able to see that, you can upload them into your workspace, but nobody else could use them unless you had a Google Drive. So what I did with my clients initially, if somebody was working with me one-on-one, I would just have a Google Drive folder and be like, hey, here's the set of tools that you need to get your offer, your funnel, whatever it is. And then also had a mix match of some GPTs and stuff as I was figuring it out. And then from there, I set some time aside and I said, okay, an MCP is something that takes information back and forth. I still can't see what's going on until I build a dashboard. So I built a dashboard that I could see, and obviously with information going back and forth, if I can sort of store that information, or rather store the session, I would then know what my clients are struggling with, what is working for them, what types of questions they may be asking behind the scenes. And my little dashboard was nothing complex. It was just literally saying, here's how many clients you have, here's how many are active, here's the amount of tools that are being used. But again, what this created is, and it worked really well, don't get me wrong, it was like, here's a set of tools that I've migrated from ChatGPT into this MCP, but they're still, like, I had 23 or 24 tools. And over time, that worked flawlessly. I'm so grateful that I saw that, because then I would be able to predict or help my clients in actual calls where I would hold space and be a consultant on how to fix the problem they had, versus before I had no clue what they were doing unless they posted in school or WhatsApp or whatever. So then from there, by interpreting the problem or the win, I knew which tools were valuable and maybe a different set of tools that I needed to create. So for instance, in my world, people had trouble when you have a micro, like an entry-level product. They had trouble piecing together what an order bump would be and what an upsell would be. So I created a tool within the MCP that helps give your funnel architecture. If I did anything else, maybe it was, like if I owned an agency, for example, maybe I had trouble with my finances or the reporting of the finances. I'm thinking of an 100-man agency here where ops and finance play a really big role. Anyway, so through that process, the dashboard and the MCP skills allowed me as human in the loop to foresee and help my clients. So then churn reduced. It was like upwards of 30%, and I got it down to 9%. And I realized even though course consumption was down, implementation went up. And I was like, okay, there is a shift in the market. What else can we do? And as with any software, if you have a little micro SaaS or you've used tools before, there's something called a user, and a user can interact and has logins and things like that. With an MCP, you're unable to essentially create a user. My clients were users of Claude, and I also dabbled with creating an AI studio that was a full-blown SaaS. But if you've been on this channel, I've had a baby daughter. She's 1.5 years old now. And I simply didn't have the time to maintain an entire SaaS. So using the MCP was a brilliant way for me to get results for my clients without them having to watch courses, without having like a massive drive of Google Docs and templates and things. Anyway, so I realized after reading some of the work of Greg Eisenberg that I mentioned, he's quite good at explaining all of this, was moving away from skill-based interaction to agentic flow was where, more of the techies were moving towards. And I said, if I could take all of these skills and I could see that, out of the 24 skills, maybe 5 of them were used all the time, and create a form of memory that I can then apply some form of, a miniature version of machine learning or data analytics. That meant I needed a database, and basically took my platform to the next level where all of those 20 tools became one, which I now call Ducky, where Ducky is the brains behind all of it. So essentially you're not abandoning skills, but they harness and become one. And then you slowly shift away from like an MCP and think more, how can I have data transfer from one place to the next? So I figured out a way to sort of get Ducky, which is in technical terms an orchestrator, somebody that is able to interpret data back and forth. It's not rocket science, it's nothing new, but it was a big aha for me, because I'm like, Ducky can have session memory. It can remember what I say. It can remember what my client said in their own session and actually help them go, hey, you left here when you went to bed or whatever, let's carry on from where you are. And by having memory, the agent can run on its own, interpret, improve, and actually help someone go faster. So I went, we're now moving from this like custom GPT once off skill based capability to interpretation, reasoning, and looping. And then I got into this thing called cross-harnessing, being able to use Codex and Gemini and Claude Code and all of the bits of LLM that you want by having a brain at the core of your desktop. So you can have a file, because at the end of the day, all of this is just text. Like my MCP reads TypeScript, which is a flavor, in the JavaScript realm. You send files back and forth that have text. So being able to create one individual component that has multi-layer skills meant the user experience of my users now meant they didn't have to memorize all of the tools. They just had to talk to one duck. So that was my conclusion, moving from individual-based skills into creating an agent. And agents are things we use on a daily basis. Claude is an agent, right? ChatGPT is an agent. But it moves away from just text-based reasoning and implementation into now I get weekly reports. Now I, get error logs. Now I have something that says, here's the new thing I discovered. So for example, it will tell me your clients are struggling on these 5 things. I suggest you add this new layer to it. And I started building from there to help my own clients sort of, write content for email versus writing content to shoot videos or email or whatever. And that is what an agent is able to do, because it can do things on your behalf while you are not there. I think that's sort of the easiest, most long-winded way for me to share all of this. So I'm going to leave this video here, but if you have custom GPTs or you have skills, you may want to take that to the next step, because from an MCP, the next layer is SaaS. It could be not even getting there, but introducing agentic flow that runs within your, Claude or OpenAI or Gemini or Kimi, or whatever it is, LLM. And it will make your life so much easier and your clients' deliverables so much easier. I'm also recently looking into how agency founders, for example, can help their team internally at every layer. Because before we had Kanban, we had reporting, we had administration, we had SOPs, we had all these layers to run an agency that were so complex, and you had like 3 different SaaS tools that helped you get the job done, but you still had to do it. Versus now, where you can have agents do it for the price of you paying for tokens. So thank you for listening to me yap on something a little more technical, but that's my discovery. And if you like where this is going, I'd be more than happy to share what my learnings are, what the bugs will be, and any insights from building an agent to help me run a one-person consultancy.